1 minute remaining in practice.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year. Everyone wins.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
We can hit a little inside, we can't hit outside.
Yeah, no, I'm good for sub. Alrighty, folks, it appears our audio is working, so we have some commentary here coming straight at you from the 2024 Saskatchewan Provincial Mixed Doubles Curling Championships in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. My name's Chris Heikert, and you're stuck with me for a few ends here until I get bored and find something else to do. We will do some babbling here and talk a little curling with you. Welcome to all the viewers tuning in. We've got a great matchup for you. Michelle Englot and Derek Schneider, mother-son combo, versus Chantel Hoag and Josh Bryden from the Caledonian Curling Club. This is draw 4. This live stream is being produced by Curling Stadium. We'll be here from the 15th to the 18th of November, bringing curling right to your doorstep. As always, I like to get fun and interactive with the people watching the curling, so by all means, please subscribe to the Curling Zone YouTube channel and send me a note. Say hi on there. Ask your questions. I have all the answers. Send me a question, say hi, let me know where you're tuning in and watching from. Taking a peek at the ice here. Chantel and Josh with a deuce in the first end. But questioning, why does that hammer say they still have hammer when they took 2 in the first end? We got to get on our graphics team here. Michelle Englot with the outturn draw. The big rig Derek Schneider on the brush. Looking to draw top button with this one and take control of the top of the rings. Michelle slips a little deeper than I think she was wanting to, but she's actually socked into that pocket, and there's no chance of that yellow rock going anywhere. Yellow line 2 here in the second end. Josh Bryden going to look to lock a freeze on top of that. This mixed doubles curling, it seems like it's always a race to the top of that forefoot to control the top of the rings. But with the rock starting in the back of the button, it seems like most of the game ends up getting pulled back to the back forefoot. Nice outturn draw by Josh Bryden to get shot rock right on the button. But it leaves an opening for Michelle the Coug Englot to lock. No, it'll be Derek Schneider throwing this one. Lock a freeze down on that red one. Get control of this end. Derek, the big rig. I like this young fella, the old broom stacker here. For the curling game, he has quite the pre-curling game routine. He sat upstairs in the lounge with me and just dieseled 3 Great Western Lights before the big matchup here. So you got to know he's coming in ready to rock and roll. Looking to lock a freeze on the corner of that red rock. Not a bad shot. I don't believe he got shot rock. but that one is almost impossible to get out of the rings as it sits right now. So that's in excellent position. Josh Bryden here, fresh off his first appearance ever at the Saskatchewan Men's Tankard up in Saskatoon at the Nutana. Them boys have a bright future in men's curling ahead of them. Starting to get quite the conglomeration of rocks in that forefoot. Excellent shot by Josh. Shot rock and controlling the top of the forefoot. Folks, I got 50 or so of you tuned into this game on this Friday afternoon watching, but I've yet to see anybody say hi to me on the chat. So please tune in, say hi. My name's Chris Eichert. You ask me some good questions. Georgette Sparks from Sydney, Nova Scotia is tuned in, and she just said say hi. Welcome from way out east. Hopefully you're enjoying the Saskatchewan Provincial Mixed Doubles. Thank you for tuning in. What does the old broom stacker have up his sleeve here? That's either a run back or he's going to try to pick that one clean with an out-turn missile. Looks like he might just be peeling the guard for now. Absolute disaster, I think. He runs that red guard straight back into the rings. She dead nut jams, and there is a mitt full of reds lined up now, dead buried behind that yellow center guard. Josh Bryden looking to play the out turn. Draw to protect that stone that's shot rock on the pinhole, looking for top 12. Josh is sure getting a lot of curl out of his rocks. Looking to place this one tight to top 12, and he does just that. It's an excellent shot. Going to make it difficult for the mother-son combo to get in there and get shot rock. Not a pile of options here. Looking to run this yellow rock back and splash a few things in the rings and hopefully set up some different angles and change the situation in the house. We have a fan in the background there intently watching this game. The big rig runs it back, gets the tight one. No harm, no foul. Removes two rocks from play. But the Englot Schneider tandem still in a world of hurt here in the second end. Alrighty. Chantel beetles down to the other end. It looks like they're going to try to replace this one tight to the rings again as a guard as they currently lie. Shot rock. Looking to come tight to the rings and directly in front of her red stones. Line looks nice here. A little late finish would be nice. Chantel on the brush trying to get her to carve over. And it ends up in a really good situation. Ideally, she would have liked to have had that curl 2 more inches. Some small minor technical difficulties here, folks, while we just try to bring to you the best feed we possibly can. We have a great team of people working behind the scenes to make sure we're bringing this to you right to your device in your own house. James Gordon from Martinsville. He's the head ice technician at the Martinsville Curling Club. He's the man behind the scenes, helping us feature curling games here with telestrations, different camera angles and views. Appreciate all the hard work the teams do behind the scenes for the sport of curling to make sure we continue to bring this to all the viewers. Michelle the Coug looking for the out turn. Just try to chisel her yellow over and possibly get shot rock. The big rig's on it from pillar to post. What an absolute pistol by Michelle to get her single point here in the second end. Shot was called, shot was made, and that's why Michelle is one of the best ladies curlers in this province. We'll be right back after this short commercial break, folks.
Well, what do y'all think? Too blue? Not blue enough? Try this.
Makes your eyes pop.
This could be our best yield yet.
And didn't we get this seed at a great financing rate?
Yeah, we did.
Iced tea?
Great idea. Let's talk more about next year.
I got some thoughts.
And I've got some numbers.
Nutrient Financial, financing that's in the field with you.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Alrighty, folks, we are back. Start of the third end here. 2024 Saskatchewan Provincial Mixed Doubles Curling Championships. B-event game. We got the Englot Schneider versus the Hoag Bryden. As always, center guard and one back button go up first. Michelle draws around the center guard to the top of the 8-foot. Chantel Hoag being asked to come around everything right to the top 4-foot and really put some heat on the other team early. Chantel makes no mistake and makes an absolute pistol, but does leave half a rock exposed, leaving the big rig, Derek Schneider. Who's Derek Johnson? Opportunity to tap that rock to the back of the rings. So important to control that top forefoot. Not only is Derek Schneider an absolute pistol when it comes to the curling ice, the boys say he's just a shtick out on the golf course. Now, I've never swung the twigs with him, but it sounds like I wouldn't want to. The boy can play golf. Excellent shot, tapping everything back and controlling the front of the rings. Ready, folks. Only my gal Georgette from Sydney, Nova Scotia has chimed in on the chat to say hi. Who else is watching? It's time you get your 2 cents worth in on the chat. Subscribe to Curling Zone's YouTube channel and ask me a question. As we've learned our whole lives, there's no dumb question. Josh Bryden pillar to post on this one. Just a tickle off that top guard. And in all honesty, it turned out just fine for him. He'd have been all over that top yellow, or the yellow in the top 12, had he not rubbed. So they will take that. Pogo stick in the back, making sure everybody's keeping the correct score. Nobody's trying to weasel an extra point or two. Must have been a mistake from the teams that marked the score up, but the score is in fact 2-1 for Hoag and Bryden, and they have the brick here in the third end. Getting lots of late hook on this outturn going away from the rings. Chantel sees an opportunity to possibly lie 3. Now, I don't think you want to come at this with a heater because your red will just fly out of the rings, but if you threw a board waiter, I'm thinking there's a good chance you can lie 3 all buried. But Josh ain't going to take her word for it. He'll come down and want to have a peek for himself, and I would think this is more so about deciding how much weight to throw if you're going to tap that back. Josh suggesting that actually throwing a tight guard on the inside of that could be the play as they lie shot rock. But that's disastrous because there is an in-turn tap for yellow to lie a couple. So without further ado, we're going to see that run back we talked about. And now it's just a matter of how much weight they decide to throw at this. Tell you right now, folks, if he could get just to the inside of nose on that yellow, you'll see red line 3 here after a nice little board waiter. Excellent shot by Josh Bryden. You know, weight was key there. He only attacked that with about half weight. Any more, you've seen the way that red was going, it would have been long gone out of the rings. Leaving the big rig and the Coug an easy tap back. So things are a little difficult here now. But I think you're going to see an in-turn tap back towards that button. Hoag Bryden with the hammer, line 3. I'd go on this one, Michelle. You are going to get that late out-turn curl. Big Rig slightly taps that rock forward. Outcounts the one in the back 8 foot, but still leaves red line 2 with the brick here in the third end. Ladies and gentlemen, near or far, wherever you're tuned in from, give me a hello on the chat here. Let's see where everybody's tuned in watching from. My gal Georgette Sparks from out in Sydney, Nova Scotia says hi. We were in for a treat on this morning's draw. If you folks never woke up at 9 a.m. to catch out the action, did you miss a ring-a-ding-dandy from the Doukhobor, Dustin Keltoff and Christy Gamble versus Stephen Leichlong and Nancy Martin. Doukhobor was up 5 points with 2 ends to play. And Laycock took 6 in the 7th end to go up 1 after 7 ends. Who takes 6 points? I don't even know. You don't even throw 6 rocks. That would be the equivalent of scoring an 8-ender. Laycock took 6 to go up 1, and then they sold 2 more for a big win. Doukhobor was left with his tail between his legs, and he retreated upstairs to the original 16 patch here at the Swift Current Curling Club. And I can confirm he was drowning his sorrows with several rum and cokes. Dustin Keltoff does a lot for curling. I know he sponsors the men's and the women's Scotties and Tankard. He runs his ads. You might have seen him where he introduces himself and says, "Hi, I'm Dustin Keltoff." Excellent of him to pump some money back into the live streaming and into curling here in Saskatchewan. And from what I heard, Auto Connection in Saskatoon, he runs an excellent business with excellent service. If you're at all interested, go chat with him. He will hook you up, whether it's with the vehicle or vehicle repairs. Doukhobor's got you covered. Michelle trying to get around that center guard and tap her yellow back to the pin. She had a huge opportunity there. But with that rack, that leaves Chantel an opportunity to draw for 3 and take an absolute stranglehold of this B final game here in Swift Current. Welcome to all our viewers tuned in watching. Fella looks quite interested in the Calgary Flames hat in this curling game. In the back there. I don't know if I'd be caught dead wearing a Calgary Flame toque like that, but different strokes for different folks for sure. Chantel Hoag with the out-turn draw. Needs a piece of the 4-foot to score 3 here in the third end. Going with the Eugene Ritzik method of carving. Needs a piece of the 4-foot. And she makes no mistake. Count them up, folks. 1, 2, 3 cherries for the Josh Bryden and Chantel Hoag ring. Takes a commanding 5-1 lead after 3 ends of play here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
At PharmaSave, we see you and we care. For prescriptions for common conditions, expert health advice, or support for life's little mishaps, come talk to your PharmaSave pharmacist.
Live well with PharmaSave.
This right here is time well spent. Why not pour yourself a smooth Saskatchewan-made Original 16? Warm up to the opportunity to seize the day.
And we're back, folks. Guess who's back? Back again. Chris is back. Looking to offend. Well, they've dug themselves a little bit of a hole here, but if anybody can claw their way back out of it, Michelle certainly can. Big rig going pillar to post here, looking to lock a freeze on. Michelle comes up just 2 feet short of the perfect freeze, but it's a great shot. You control the top of that 4-foot, and that rock can always be promoted later. Alrighty, viewers, it's time to get interactive. Send me a question via the top team chat on the right hand side. You do need to be a subscriber. Real simple to subscribe. Give me your email address and away you go. Subscribe now. Ask me any question you like. I have all the answers. I was born at night, but I happen to stay up all night. So get your questions in. Let me know where you're tuning in from watching. Josh got to go on this one to get it by, and he does. Brings it right on down to the yellow rock. Gives it a little love tap. Might have even bumped the yellow in for shot rock. Tim Baber, one of the officials here at this year's event. We'd like to thank them for all the work those fine folks do. You know, we couldn't run these events without host committees, without volunteers, without timekeepers, without sponsorship, and definitely without the umpires and officials to make sure these events run smoothly and fairly. So thank you to Jan, Pogo, and Tim Baber. Well, the big rig does what I think he was intending to, but I think it spells disaster. He's a quarter rock. Double to lie a mittful for the Bryden foursome. And the old buddy in the Calgary Flame Tube, he's just beside himself in the back there. He's starting to pace. Not sure if any of you viewers were turned in last night, but have you know I did end up finding a bag of salt and vinegar chips to eat after the game. For some reason I had a craving for them. Looking to hit quarter rock on the inside, but he hits quarter rock on the outside. That was not a very good shot in my books. Josh Bryden certainly won't be happy with that throw. But she's a slippery game, folks. A game that's played on ice. Speaking of ice, I guarantee Josh Bryden's old man, Randy Bryden, will have some ice in his glass upstairs as he watches this game down here in Swift Current. Big rig coming with the in-turn draw here. Michelle leaning into this one, but I'm afraid it's just going to curl too hard. Not what they were looking for, but the door is open to play a little freeze tap. Looks like they've decided on a shot here, going with the in-turn. Doesn't look like enough ice for the freeze to me. Granted, if you slide wide and dump it in a hair, should get some curl on this. Looking to lock the freeze on the corner of it. Look out, clear the women and children. We've got a missile coming through. Bit of a donut there from Josh Bryden. Again, he's not going to be happy with that helicopter he threw. It opens the door for the big rig and Michelle Englot to lock another freeze in there and hopefully score a multiple this end. Gonna need this puppy to do some dancing here. But with that soft handle, you should get some late break if it has the legs. Gotta go to get that puppy there. No chance. Well, if it were me, and it ain't me, I would play something on that out-turn side there. Right now there's a wide open draw to the 4-foot with backing for 2. That would be the easiest shot for the yellow, so I think you're going to see the Bryden Hoag team deal with that out-turn side, which would be give them their easiest shot. You throw up a tight center there, it leaves them the tap back. She's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Beggars can't be choosers. Take away the easy one, make them make a good shot for 2. Folks, she's pretty lonely here on the chat. Only my gal Georgette Sparks tuning in to say hi. Log on, say hello, subscribe. Let me know where you're watching from. I may or may not have a prize for who's ever tuning in from the farthest away. Anyone from outside of Canada tuned in here today? Looking to throw a tight guard up. Line looks good. Just over the hog line to block that side off. She does just that, and it does the trick, and it's going to leave Michelle no other option but to tap that yellow rock back to the 4-foot to get her deuce here in the 4th end. Do any of my viewers know what a junior deuce is? Message me in the Curling Zone chat if you can tell me what a junior deuce is. Well, Michelle's a player, has been for 3, 4, 5 decades now. I'm going to go on a limb and say she makes this shot. Taps her back to the 4-foot and they get their deuce. Now, I was wrong once in the past, but as it turned out, I wasn't wrong. I was actually just mistaken. So I'm not sure if I'll be wrong here. I'll be quite confident Michelle makes this shot for her deuce here in the 4th end. Well, there's a first for everything, folks. I stand corrected. I stand mistaken. How about that? Big Rig punts a rock into the corner. Yellow gets the 1. The score will be 5-2. And as we head into the commercial break.
New at Asham. Take your game to the next level with the Gushu Ultra Light. Equipped with our world-famous rotator disc system that attaches by Velcro, quickly and easily upgrade and replace your sliding platform. Check out our website at asham.com.
Here is what cowboy dreams are made of. Strong, calloused hands, open skies, the smell of leather and horses and sagebrush. It's getting off the road to explore, a chance to have a real Western experience. Hats, boots, and hard work. It's finding peace while connecting to the land and with those on the same adventure. Pull up a seat or get in the saddle in our living skies and Badlands. Saskatchewan.
This isn't just a beer. This is a double-aged, never back down, full of heart Western beer. This is a beer brewed by 16 guys who risked it all. Original 16. Underdogs since 1989.
Swift Current is great because everybody that we do business with, we know on some sort of personal level.
What I love about Swift Current is the vibrant arts and culture community.
I really like Swift Current. We are not a big city, but the size of the city is really good and we have everything.
Swift Current is a great sports town, great teams and great fans.
People say, good morning, hi, how are you, even though we don't know each other.
Well, folks, you caught me with my mouth full of some peanuts. Hopefully that came through clear. Peanuts. But I'll give you a quick update. Jones up 6-4. Kessel Eid Schlechter, something Ukrainian, tied 3-3. Bukarak, Tibu Ross 3-3. And then our featured game, Michelle the Coug Englot, and Derek the Big Rig Schneider, down 5-2 to Chantel Hoag and Josh Bryden. We got the Montgomery Mutlow with 1 point after 5 ends. Todd and another Czechoslovakian fella up 5-1 through 5. And the Johnson Sutherland squad only with 1 point as well, playing the Ingram and the Tenachuk. Is this whole field Ukrainians or what is going on here? Anyway, that's your update for you. We'll be back with our featured game after this quick commercial break.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
we feed the world with nutrient, and a large portion of what our job is to get fertilizer out with the carriers so they can get directed to the farms or to the different retail locations. We know that if we don't have the answer to something, we're not afraid to reach out because we have support from everyone. We've got a really good team behind us.
Viterra's world-leading, fully integrated agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply sustainable, traceable, and quality-controlled agricultural products. We'd like to recognize Viterra's ongoing support to curling in Saskatchewan through funding youth and school clinics, as well as other programs, and of course, the Women's Provincial Championship. Thank you, Viterra, for everything you've done and continue to do for curling in Saskatchewan.
New at Asham, the Helix Flynet and Express Ultralight, featuring our rotator disc system that attaches by Velcro. Quickly and easily upgrade and replace your sliding platform. Check out our website at asham.com.
Hi, I'm Shannon and we're here at the brand new Bike Tricks electric bike showroom in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. It's grand opening, so we're gonna head inside and talk to some Bike Tricks customers. Let's go.
I chose Bike Tricks because of the reputation. I know people who have Bike Tricks bikes, and I know that it's a local company, which I like to support local. They're great bikes.
Come down and see the team here. They're really a great team of people. Check out the bikes, go for a ride.
Alrighty, folks, we are back and coming right at you here to your own device, no matter where you're at home on the couch, most of y'all probably on the time clock at work, whether it's an iPad, iPhone, or I don't care, we're bringing live curling to you wherever you're at. Curling Stadium, innovative and industry leading when it comes to live curling inside of curling clubs. Featured game here, we have Michelle Englot and Derek the Big Rig Schneider. They are down 5-2 to Chantel Hoag and Josh Bryden as we kick off the fifth end here at the 2024 Saskatchewan Provincial Mixed Doubles Curling Championships. My name's Chris Eichert. You drew the short straw and you are stuck listening to me babble about who knows what will come out of this mouth throughout this game. But I'll be honest, Jimmy cracked corn and I don't care. Not a lot of blanks in the mixed doubles curling format. That could be due to the fact that if you blank, the hammer switches over, so there is no advantage to blanking to retain hammer. Josh Bryden with an absolute heater as he locks a freeze dead on the button. And other than some tannerite or even a grenade, I can't see that red rock coming out of there anytime soon. And I'd say 3-4 shots from now, you're still going to see it sitting there right on the button. Folks, we're pushing this feed to the Curl Sask YouTube channel, if that's where you want to log into. We have it on Curling Zone, and we have it on the Swift Current Curling Club's YouTube channel, so plenty of platforms the feed is being pushed to for you to tune in and watch this live curling in the Swift Current Curling Club. It's exciting curling, folks, and you can see head official Tim Baber in the back there is on the edge of his seat as he watches this exciting matchup between the Big Rig, the Coug, Josh Bryden, and the Hoag. Michelle going pillar to post on this one. Needs to get around that top yellow and suck one in there. Absolutely glues it onto the face of that rock. Excellent shot. But as I stated, you're going to need a grenade to get that red one out of there. Sure amazing what you can do when you have excellent playing surface to curl on. It just makes it conducive to high shot making and high percentages. And we're in for a treat with all this curling. A lot of nice shots being made. He runs that center guard back and attempts to rearrange some things, but as I previously stated, stick of dynamite is what it's going to take to get that cherry off the pinhole. All right, this is my last chance time I'm going to do to beg to get somebody to say hi to me on the chat here on Curling Zone. Send me a message on the Curling Zone feed. Say hi. Ask me a question. The chat is disabled on the Curl Sask feed as well as the Swift Current Curling Club feed, I believe. But the Curling Zone 1, it is open. Got close to 140 viewers tuned in watching at this moment in time. We've got over 75 to 80 people watching on the Curl Sask feed. You got 50 watching on the Curling Zone feed, and you got several watching on the Swift Current Curling Club YouTube feed. It's nice that we can push these out to a bunch of different platforms. Josh, Bryden, and Chantel sitting really good with that one glued to the button. What Englot needs to do is rearrange things a little bit. Get rid of that yellow one that's on the back of the button so that that red has a path to get out of the rings. Josh realizes that and is electing to play an out-turn freeze. Chantel, an excellent curler in her own right in the ladies' curling world here in Saskatchewan. And Josh Bryden, like I said, his first trip to the Saskatchewan men's tankard up in Saskatoon a couple weeks ago. The boy is definitely a player. It's in his blood, it's in his roots. And you'll see him at many more tankards. Josh elected to play that in-turn freeze. He's getting some late finish here. They weren't sweeping that too terribly hard, so it does look like they were just trying to leave one up top in the 12-foot there. But there are some options out there. The stick of dynamite you need to get that red one out of there is getting smaller. But at this point, it is still a stick of dynamite it'll take to get rid of that red rock on the button. I'd like to give a shout out to all the people in Regina tuned in to watch this curling. I know there's many of you with Bryden and Englot and Schneider, and these folks all hailing from the Regina area. It's the city that rhymes with fun. And we are having fun here today as we watch these two teams battle it out for supremacy on ice. Little broom stacker here on the brush. I think Michelle is coming with the steam. I got no sniff what she's playing. I believe a little out-turn hack weight chisel for a pair. We've seen her make some big shots in the past. Well, it would be for a pair if she had the hammer. But since we all know that Hoag and Bryden have the hammer, they're just throwing up the guard in hopes that they can force this other team to one. Red is currently the line one at the moment, and they think there's an out-turn draw to catch as much of that button as you can for two. I can't see it, but as we all know from earlier in this feed, I've been wrong before. Oh, folks, we have a message on the Curling Zone chat. Thank the Lord. I like it when it's interactive. I would like to say hi to Jan Van Gold, and thank you for her comments. She wanted me to give a shout out to Kathy Bryden, Josh's grandma. Jan Van Gold curled with Kathy back in the day. I'm thinking way back in the day. Because Randy Bryden is older than dirt. Uh-oh, they're clearing women and children out of the way on this draw for two. Starting to boot the rocks. That means Red will take 1 point in this fifth end here and go up 6-2. But the big rig, Schneider and the Hoag Englot will have the hammer coming home in the sixth end. We'll be right back after this short little break.
There's no doubt running any kind of farm comes with day-to-day challenges. We built a new facility 2 years ago. Technology has totally revolutionized dairy farming. Sask Milk gives us the tools to provide high quality standard of milk, making sure our equipment is all well taken care of, make sure that those animals are housed and cared for appropriately. They continue to push us with their standards to make sure that it just gets better and better.
New at Asham. Whether you're in the hack or kicking back, live it in style in the new Throwin' Stones line exclusively by Asham. Curling is more than a sport, it's a lifestyle. Check out our website at asham.com.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year. Everyone wins.
Uh-oh. Here I am hacking and coughing and barking away, and you guys are listening to me. Alrighty, we have a power play. Englot is going with the power play here in the sixth end, looking to generate a big score. The rocks get set up on the side of the rings. Chantel Hoag elects to draw into the center of the rings. Michelle wraps another one around that corner. And we're going to have us a ring-a-ding-dandy here this end. Josh Bryden checking the time tick down. Looks like there's some confusion with the time. They're looking for an official to come have the clock stop. Not sure what's going on here, but We'll get her all sorted out here. This gives me an opportunity to babble a little bit with my good friend Jan Van Gold. Must have been quite the player back in the day if you did any curling with any of the Brydens, because this Bryden family is known for some extremely good shot making. Speaking of older than dirt, Randy Bryden recently won the senior men's and went off to the nationals. And going back even further, you got Gary Bryden. Used to be a fierce skip here in Saskatchewan. Great competitor and just a lot of good curling in these bloodlines here in this Bryden family. Shout out to all of them. Randy and Kathy both upstairs watching the curling from behind the glass. And like I said previously, Randy will have ice in his glass. Josh Bryden playing that out-turn freeze. Lots of heavy curl to the wings. Only way to miss this is to over curl or come up light. And coming up light is exactly what he'll do. Big rig heading to the other end, looking like they might just throw an out-turn freeze onto this puppy. Nope. Michelle says, I've seen enough of you throwing freezes. Let's just try to make contact. So we're going to play the hit to lie 3 here in the 6th end. He don't look pretty, old big rig coming out of the hack, but he sure seems to make a few shots. This time he pops up to sweep before he even let it go tight. And he's going pillar to post, hoping he can hold this one in the rings. No can do. And I think Josh Bryden is licking his lips. He's going to play a 2/3 rock run back double to lie a pair. Bogo keeping a close eye on things in the back there. Thank you for her officiating. Josh is up and on this one, pillar to post. Looking for the run back double, but it's not a pile of weight he's throwing. Well, apparently you didn't need a pile of weight. What an absolute pistol by that young buck. Just like a young buck in rut. Old Josh Bryden just making shots for fun out here. That's got to be a little deflating for the Coug. They had such an excellent end shaping up here in the 6th end with those 2 yellow lemons wrapped around that corner. Now what do you do? I claim to typically know it all, but at this moment, I don't know what to do. I know what Mitch Height would do. Probably break his broom just like he did in last night's game. Can you believe the temper on that guy? Shattering a broom in last night's game. All right. Full disclosure. There was a defect in his broom, and while he was sweeping, it actually broke, and Mitch went down like a sack of bricks. Speaking of bricks, he's built a little bit like a brick house. We'll go with that. But he went down hard. We're glad Mitch Height is okay. And if you want, I believe he may be the feature game against old Stephen Leichlong at 5 p.m. You are going to want to tune into that one, because I tell you what, best part about that game, probably going to be me on the microphone commentating it. There'll be no holds barred for that one, folks. I'm going to let these fine folks have it. Alrighty. Getting carried away here. Let's get back to this curling game. What do we got on the go here? Josh Bryden coming in with the little intern. Looking to lie 3. Hasn't laid a lick to her yet. Yeesh, I see a triple here. And so does Michelle. Michelle taps the forehead. That means give me all you got. And you're going to see the big rig here come out of the hack. I assure you it won't look pretty, but he'll come out just a flying, looking to make the triple to lie 2 here in the 6th end. I am going to go on a limb and say no chance he makes this, but it will look fun. There the big rig comes. A little heave-ho at the end there. Eeh. Over curls on him and he just gets the 1. It does leave yellow line shot rock, but it's not good for much. Chantel heading down to the other end. She's going to look for a nose hit to lie 3 and hopefully force Englot and Schneider to 1 here in the 6th end. Folks, you will not want to miss the curling this afternoon. Draw 5 will be at 5 p.m. And you'll have Nancy Martin and Stephen Layhorn versus Brett Barber and Mitch Height. You know, I got to thinking his broom broke when he was sweeping. Now, I wonder if that broom has seen any love taps on the ice that may have inflicted it or encouraged its chances of breaking previously. In any event, that will be a showdown at 5 p.m. And for the right price, if these teams pay me, I will not commentate. And I can be bought off to not commentate. But I'm afraid if they don't dig deep in their pockets, they're stuck with me. And Lord knows, she's open season. The big rig here laying a heavy clean for Michelle. They're looking for 1 point. Michelle wants to draw a piece of the 4-foot. Derek hasn't laid many strokes to it yet, but when Michelle's throwing, you typically don't need to because she plots it right on the button every time. It's a great shot by Michelle. After 6 ends of play, it's Chantel and Josh 6, Michelle and the big rig 3. With 2 ends left to play, we'll be back after this short break, folks.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Alrighty, I am back. Much to all the viewers' demise. 6-3 here with 2 ends left to play. I don't know what the heck happened. It looked like a power play of some sort. Who's got the hammer? Hoag Bryden got hammer. They're rocking the power play. Michelle said to heck with it, and she just threw up the center guard anyways. They're going to need to steal a few this end. Big Rig looking to lock one on this red one here if he can. The goal is not to bounce off. And he does just that. Leaving a nice little bumper weight. Out turn, hit and roll to lie 3, all buried. Folks, we're up to a couple hundred people tuned in here watching this heater of a B-event game. As always, send me a message. Send me a text. Talk on the chat in the Curling Zone feed. Let's have a good convo. Ask me your questions. What a pistol from old Jay Bryden there. That'll make pops upstairs. Matter of fact, I see movement upstairs, folks. He's going for another whiskey. Oh, Randy Bryden. Does anyone know if he won the Senior Nationals last year? I believe he was in the final. I can't recall if he won it or not. Anyways, Randy Bryden, Josh's old man, he's been a player for several decades as well. Gary Bryden, we're flirting with centuries, but I'm telling you, one of the best in his day. Alrighty, might be the play to go with hack weight this time. That's pretty tight ice for hack. I'd take a little more, throw a little less weight. You could lie 4 all buried here. But they don't listen to me. Most don't. And he'll be coming with a bit of board weight-ish here. Try to make that hit and flop. A little bit of a helicopter. She'll take its time to curl. But if he's got hack weight, he should have a pistol. He definitely would have loved for that to curl up a hair more. But it does the trick. Red lies 4 with hammer. And I tell you what, 6 is in play. We saw a 6-ender today. The Duke of Board, Dustin Keltoff, gave up a 6-ender. Old Stevie Lahorn. Up 5 with 2 ends left, and he gives up a 6-ball. Ouch. I had a good chat with Dustin after the game, and it's this is mixed curling, and that can sneak up on you. And after chatting with them, it wasn't even a pile of misses. It was just they sneak up on you, much like this end sneaking up on the Coug here. So Dustin and Christy Gamble, definitely one of the top teams in this event, and you would have to think they'd be one of the favorites to be playing on Sunday for sure. Dustin's a hell of a player, and as long as Christy Gamble just does what she's told, which is how the Duke of Boar likes to run his ships, they will be just fine, and I will see them on Sunday. I'd like to thank all these curlers for coming down to Swift Current and taking their shot at winning a provincial title here in this mixed doubles curling discipline. It's definitely unique. Lots of rocks, fast-paced game, great shot making. And cheers to the best team that comes out on top and wins this provincial title. Well, I have always cheered for Michelle Englot my whole life. Always kind of had a little thing for her. So always cheered for her, but I tell you what, I like seeing people give up 6 balls too, so I'm going to cheer for... Oh, big timeout, big timeout. We got the tee. We got the tee. Big Rig not happy. Yeah, he was waving his arms. Let's get this timeout going. Well, Michelle has an out, and there is an intern draw chisel. But it's starting to look pretty glim. She's going to need to get one near that button or it's going to be handshakes. Dennis C. chimes in. He gives a hello on the old curling zone. Dennis, what does the C stand for? Where are you tuning in from? Saskatchewan? Canada? Or Ukraine, as it seems half this field hails from Ukraine. Chanenchuik, Helzmajelja. Holy moly. Speaking of Ukraine, Ukraine now has a national curling team. And they've been competing on the World B curling circuit and winning some games. It's nice to see curling expanding worldwide into all these new countries. Michelle going with some sort of outturn. Maybe it's a cold draw to the top of the pin. This is going to take some precision. Big Grig gets a brush down early. The line looks really good. Needs to curl a sliver. Gotta go, Big Rig, gotta go. Oh, what an absolute pistol from Michelle Englot here in the 7th end. I'm on the edge of my seat, folks. Let's have a peek at that again. Big Rig watching her in. Gets the broom down here at the S3 and just guides it in for shot rock on the pinhole, half buried, top pin. Whew. What a pistol. It is looking like Chantel is going to try to hit as much as she can see. It will jam on that other red. But it will go flying out of the rings and it'll be a score of 4 for red. All the Big Rig and Michelle can do now is cross their fingers. If I were them, I'd cross my toes. You're living on a prayer, as my good buddy Bon Jovi once said. But it's a chip and a chair out here, folks. Hoag's dialed in, a little bit of a fishtail. Dumps it a hair tight. She's pillar to post on this one. I can hear them bellowing out on the ice. You got to be close. What a pistol, folks. Chantel Hoag answers. And that'll bring the mitts out. Game, we have ourselves a final. Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the red team. And a commanding 10-3 win for Josh Bryden and Chantel Hoag here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. My name's Chris Hiker. Thanks for tuning in, folks. One heck of a game we were just treated to. Quick look around the rings. We got the young Todd Jones foursome up 9-8 over Kennedy Field. Kessel and Logan Eade. I heard Logan Eade wears an 8 3/4 inch size Pro Fit hat. My goodness. Taking a pumping from old Schlechter and Ukrainian. Bukarak up 7-4 over Thibaut Ross. And in our featured game, Chantel Hoag and Josh Bryden 10-3 over Englot and Schneider. 2 other games still out on the ice. 7th end for the one. It's Todd and Ukrainian Hilmelski versus Monty Mutlow. 10-4 for the Todd tandem. And you got Ingram and Tenenchuik, another Ukrainian, just laying a meat pumping down on old Johnson and Sutherland. 7-1, that's the final, folks. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to Curling Stadiums. Live curling action here in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. My name is Chris Hikert. I will be back to tear some new you-know-whats into whoever I'm commentating at 5. It will be one of the 2 A-final matchups. I almost saw a Springer divorce upstairs in the Cool Shot tournament late last night. So if I have it my way, we will be live streaming their game, and I'm certain we'll be in for fireworks. Come back, folks. Tune back in. Thank you for joining. And have a good rest of your workday.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.